feel in general just about where the offensive line stands heading into this season?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm proud of the growth that our guys have made over the offseason and throughout camp. Obviously, we've still got a lot of work to do, and we've still got room to grow as a unit. But I'm excited at where we are at this point.
Where do you think we stand from a chemistry standpoint with this group?
It's been good. It's been good. Obviously, everyone's got multiple years in the system. Even if we haven't all started together, we've been in the system for multiple years. So we've just got to build on our experience, build on spring ball, build on fall camp, and obviously take every lesson that we get throughout this week of preparation and throughout these games.
What's it like for you having multiple years in the system with a bunch of guys? I feel like it's the first time you guys really had this.
Yeah, it's good, but at the same time, there's always new challenges that arise. So sure, there's some benefits of getting to know, Coach Riley, Coach Henson, and this offense. But at the same time, there's always challenges that come up and always areas that I need to improve in. So it's good, but there's always more to do.
Is that fall camp now over? I mean, you have game week now, but what has just that transition been like from left tackle to center?
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, it's a new position, so there's a lot of different intricacies just with snapping and stepping and, playing inside and get everything a little bit quicker, a little more powerful. But at the end of the day, it's still O-line play, and I still got to do my job for the unit, every snap. So it's been a transition, but at the same time, it's been good.
Just a new defensive coordinator for LSU. How much are you guys able to glean just from what they want to do or from what that defensive front has to offer?
Yeah, obviously, they've got a good roster, they've got good talent, and he's got a good scheme. He had a lot of success last year as a defensive coordinator, so that's certainly a good challenge for us.
Is it difficult to kind of scout a guy, a lot of film with him at LSU? How's that process going?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of both. Obviously, you got to watch his scheme as a whole, and you got to watch LSU's talent and roster as a whole. So always trying to do a little bit of both there in the preparation.
It's just the challenge and kind of mentality for you guys, knowing that you really don't have a tune-up game. You're going into week one playing LSU in Vegas. Just what's kind of the mentality shift there for this roster?
Yeah, it's good. It's a great way to start, and obviously we've got to have a great week of preparation, and we've got to be ready to go come game day. And it's nothing more than that. It's nothing less than that. It's a great opportunity, and we've got to come meet that challenge and be ready to compete.
What are your thoughts on not having permanent captains and having game-by-game captains, and then also yourself being one of them for the first week?
Yeah, I think that's good. Obviously, Coach Riley's got a lot of experience doing this, and I think, whatever he does something for a reason. And I think that's something that's good. Obviously, we saw that with the Holiday Bowl, right? He named captains for the Holiday Bowl, and that turned out well for, our preparation that week and how that turned into the game. So just things like that, he's got a good pulse for the team, and, I think different guys are always kind of in different situations as the year goes on. So that encourages new leaders to come up, and that encourages current and former leaders to continue to lead. So I think it's a good thing overall.
What have you done to win that weekly captainship this week?
Yeah, I think it's just, it's just being a leader day in and day out, being consistent, whether that's setting the example, whether that's vocally, which is something I've had to work more on, whatever it is. Just trying to be an example and a leader day in and day out, holding guys accountable and knowing that they can look to me as a standard.
What kind of challenges Harry Perkins present on that defense?
Yeah, he's obviously a very talented player. He's got a good role within that defense, and he presents some challenges himself. He's a good player, he's a talented player, and we've got to just have a good week of preparation leading up to it.
Are you expecting him to line up in a bunch of different spots this week?
I mean, obviously that's all up to them. We can just go off of what we've scouted in terms of their coach's scheme, and then in terms of what he's played in the past. But ultimately, we've got to be ready for whatever they throw at us on game day.
With Mason out there, it's been consistency is kind of the word that's followed him for his career. Where is he right now? What's your sense of his kind of confidence level?
I think he's done a good job of building, obviously, over this offseason. It's helped him also that he's been able to solidify in one spot. He's not having to rotate right now. He's not having to jump around between the lineups, and I think that's something that always helps confidence as an offensive lineman. But he's been taking good steps and has room for improvement, and he's got to keep taking those steps just like I got to keep taking mine.
As a leader, as a captain, how do you balance kind of the one game at a time thing with the build-up that's been for this between these two teams and everything that's going to come with that?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it's a good matchup, and there's a lot at stake. But at the same time, it's one day at a time, it's one practice at a time, one meeting at a time, building up to that game. We've got to do everything that we can to have a great week of practice, great week of preparation, so that we can go out there and compete well.